We're going to go ahead and switch to the nouns and verbs activity. Did anyone get that finished on Thursday? It was assigned to you guys on Thursday. Okay, so I'm going to give you we're going to go over it today. We're going to work on it together today, so you guys can still turn it in for credit. So if you guys actually, I'll just give you the link. I'm going to put the link in the chat, and then you guys will just have to make a copy and so on and so forth, like we've been doing with our Google Slides. All right, so there's a link. It's going to have you make a copy. We're going to go over this, and then there will be an assignment on Canvas where you guys can submit your work for credit. I'm going to share my screen, but you guys will be working on your Google Slides because this activity is not in your art book. So even if you have an art book, you won't be using it for this one because this is not in your real book. All right, thumbs up when you have access to the Google Slides. All right, so this is the nouns and verbs. It's a word analysis activity or lesson, and this should be review. We talked about nouns and verbs a little bit at the beginning of the school year, but we're going to come back to this. All right, so all words can be grouped into types called parts of speech. Knowing a word's part of speech can help you understand the word's meaning. So nouns and verbs are both parts of speech. All right, so let's have Renija, can you read where it says a common noun? Read that part for us.
A common noun is a word for a person, place, thing, or idea.
Okay, so examples, we have scientist, state, award, and creativity. All right, Aiden, can you give me another example of a common noun?
A common noun is noun that you use often.
So you're gonna give me an example. So like the examples they gave us here, scientist, state, award, creativity. Give us another example, like boy. That will be an example of a common noun. I want everyone actually to type an example of a common noun in the chat. The book has already given us 4 different examples. I want you to think of your own example of a common noun. So any person, place, or thing. Still waiting on Patrick to give an example. Now, I've only seen 1 common noun. The rest of you are giving me proper nouns. So remember, a common noun is a word for a person, place, thing, or idea. You guys are giving me specific places. Good, Renija. All right, Patrick, where are you? I need you to give me a common noun. Good, Aaliyah. What is that, Aiden? You're giving an example of a common noun. Can you not hear me? Okay, so I'm waiting on you to give me an example of a common noun. We have school, Well, Kentucky is a state, Aiden. So a state in Kentucky that, do you mean a city? And you're still giving me a specific place. Common is anything. So city would be an example of a common noun. State will be an example. School, it can mean any school, any city. We're not saying things specifically. A dog, cat, boy, girl, gym. Those are all examples of common nouns. Still waiting on Patrick. I'm not sure what's taking you so long. If you can hear me, then you should be able to give me a common noun. There we go. All right, Aaliyah, can you read proper noun?
A proper noun names a specific person, place, or thing. A proper noun always begins with a capital letter.
Thank you. So we have Thomas Edison, New York, Nobel Prize. So these things are specific. Thomas Edison is a specific person. And as you can see that his name is capitalized. New York is a specific place. It's a specific city and a state. And then Nobel Prize is a specific award. Okay, so the difference is common can be any award, any city, but proper is going to be specific. Your names are proper nouns. You capitalize your first and last name, correct? So I want you guys to give me an example of a proper noun. Give me some examples of proper nouns. A specific place, a specific person, a specific store. There we go, Aiden. Yeah. Good. Northview is a proper noun. North Central is a proper noun. It's a specific school. Yes. Forever 21, Target, Walmart. Do you guys all see that those proper nouns have capital letters? That is how you can tell if it's capitalized that it is a specific place. Yes, Fox Hill, that is a specific elementary school. Good. All right, let's move on to verb. Ben, I'm not sure. You didn't give me either. You didn't give me either a proper noun or a common noun. So just make sure that you're participating in writing in the chat as well. So the next one is a verb. A verb is an action word. Examples would be learn, win, save. Okay. What are some other examples of verbs? So Ben, you're going to give me an example of a verb, a common noun, and a proper noun. Everyone else, you're going to give me an example of a verb, something that shows action. Sound is not a verb. How does sound show action, Aiden? No, so here is an action, not sound. Sound, you don't do sound, you hear sound. So here would be the verb. Fighting, of course you would say that. Fight isn't a verb, yes. Run, jump, cook, study. there are going to be times where you have to figure out what tense is in. So the tense of a verb tells when the action when it takes place. So for past tense, we usually see an ed on the end. Now there will be some irregular verbs where it's past tense, but you don't see an ed. But for the most part, words like study, cook, discover, if you add an ed to it, that makes that word past tense. All right, you guys can see that here. What time is it? Oh, 3:38. So you guys can take one. Is it just you? Oh no, it's let's get back to verb tense. So past tense is usually you add an ed. There will be some irregular verbs. Present, you won't have an ending. So study, cook, and discover. Now, if you see an S on the end, that's because that verb has to match or has to agree with the subject. So we'll see an example of that in our activity. And then future, we'll study, we'll cook, we'll discover. So these are called verb phrases because it's a phrase and not just a word. All right, so let's look at this example. Identify nouns. Circle the common nouns in each sentence. Underline the proper nouns. I've already done number one. Richard Tureri protected his farm in Kenya. Richard Tureri and Kenya are both underlined because they are specific, right? Kenya is a specific country, so that needs to be underlined. It's a proper noun. And Richard Tureri needs to be underlined as well because that is a specific person. Farm is circled because it can be any farm. All right, so let's look at number two. Lewis Latimer helped put electric lights in many cities. So let's start with common nouns. There are two common nouns in this sentence that we need to circle. Where are they? Remember, when you are using the Google Slides, if you go to this line here, you're able to scribble and you're able to draw lines. So I'm gonna use this scribble feature to circle. What's a common noun? So common noun, remember, is a word, person, place, or thing. What do I need to circle? Go ahead, Aaliyah.
Louis.
Louis, is that any person or is that a specific person?
That's a specific person, never mind.
Okay, so we're gonna start with common nouns first. So what do we need to circle? Ben, can you sit up so that I can see your face, please? All right, Ben and Aiden, you guys are gonna give me the two common nouns in this sentence. What do I need to circle? Remember, a common noun is a person, place, or thing. You guys, don't make this too hard. It's literally not hard. So lights would be a common noun. Good, Aiden. We've already talked about Louis, Ben, so hopefully you were listening. Louis is a specific person, so it's not a common noun. So what would be the other common noun in this sentence? Patrick, can you hear me? Good, antibiotic. So we're going to circle. Oh, that's a line. That's not gonna work. We're gonna circle antibiotic. Okay, that is our common noun. Now we're gonna move on to verbs. It says underline the verb or verb phrase in each sentence. Write whether it's past, present, or future. So I've already underlined it for you. So Stephanie Colwick invented Kevlar by accident. Ben, what not part of speech, what tense is this? Past, present, or future? Stephanie Colwick invented Kevlar by accident. It's not present. It's not happening right now. It's already happened. So what tense is already happened? Past tense. Thank you. Remember, if it has an ed, that means it already happened. 5, Kevlar's strength makes it perfect for spacesuits. Makes is our verb. Past, present, or future? Everyone answer in the chat. Past, present, or future? Good. Present. In this case, we have S on the end because it has to match the subject in this sentence. And then the last one. We will remember Colwick for her amazing invention. I need to see everyone participating. Ben, Patrick, I shouldn't have to say this so many times. I need to know whether or not you know how to do this. So you need to make sure you're writing in the chat, please. We will remember Colwick for her amazing invention. So in this case, we have will remember as our verb phrase. And if you remember the examples from above, which tense includes will? Renijah, Aaliyah, and Aiden has it right so far. Future. I will cook dinner tomorrow. I haven't done it yet. It's not present. Good, Aiden. The key word is future. The key word is will remember. You will do something. You haven't done it yet. You will do it in the future. All right, we're going to do this next activity. We're going to analyze nouns. Identify each common noun in the word bank below and write it in the chart. Then find and write the proper noun that goes with it. So I've done 2. You guys are going to do the rest. So you're going to list all the common nouns. And then you're going to list the proper noun. So what common noun will match up with Lewis Latimer? We have inventor, material, Kevlar, California, state, and Lewis Latimer, which is one I've already used. So which common noun would match up with Lewis Latimer? You guys didn't read the story, but you should be able to make a connection. Which common noun would match with the word Lewis Latimer? Go ahead and write your responses in the chat. So Lewis Latimer was an inventor. So inventor is the correct common noun. If state is the common noun, what word in this word bank is a state? Ben, which word in this word bank is a state? only see, I want you guys to still write in the chat. Aaliyah has it right so far. Which word in this word bank is a state? Waiting on Ben and Patrick. California is the state that matches with the common noun state. So we've used California, we have state. The only two we have left are material and Kevlar. So what we already know about common nouns and proper nouns, you guys should be able to figure this out. Remember, proper nouns are always capitalized, and common nouns can be anything, can be any person, place, or thing. So what would be the common noun that we write here? Good, Patrick. Material. And the material that matches up is Kevlar. All right. Next, we're going to determine the tense of each verb in the word bank. Then write it in the correct column of the chart. So, what is the past tense version of play? Remember, you guys are filling out your Google Slides so that you can turn this in, okay? So, I'm going to have you guys do this activity on your own. Put your thumb up when you have filled out each column. And then we'll go over the last two. Okay? So you are filling in. Don't worry about writing in the chat. I want you to fill out your Google Slides, okay? I'll give you guys think 4 minutes is enough time to do this? 3 to 4 minutes. You're going to fill out your Google Slides. Put your thumb up when you're finished, and then we'll go over the last two. So remember, past tense means it's already happened. Present tense is it's happening now. Future tense, it will happen in the future. Like I said, you guys didn't read this story. This is from my other class's story, but I thought this activity was very needed. So here they have noun. It says add a noun or a verb to the sentences below. Choose the words from the word banks above. So what I've already told you. We need a noun here. So that means we need to scroll back up to this word bank. Which one of these nouns will best complete this sentence? Blank improved Thomas Edison's version of the light bulb. What do you guys think will best fit there? We need a proper noun, so it can be Kevlar, California, or Lewis Latimer. We've already matched it up to the common noun, so which one do you guys think will best fit that sentence? Any guesses? Blank improved Thomas Edison's version of the light bulb. Not Kevlar, because Kevlar is a material. Thank you for trying, though. Yep, Lewis Latimer. So we will write Lewis Latimer here. Lewis Latimer improved Thomas Edison's version of the light bulb. He is an inventor. And then the next one says, I wonder what inventors, we need a verb here, in the future. Future is our key word. So that means we need to pick a verb that's in future tense. What will go in this blank here? I wonder what inventors, good Aaliyah, will create in the future. All right, so like I said, I'm going to post an assignment for you guys to put your completed Google Slides on there so that I can double check that you were working and not just wasting time and letting me do all the work. So I'm gonna have that up when we dismiss. You can submit it between now and Friday. I would like for you to submit it today so I can go ahead and give you a grade for it. I think I also had a Kahoot on there. So all of this work was from last week on Thursday, I believe. Let me double check. So if you go back to Canvas and you go to pages, you can see all of the pages. So if you miss a class, you can view all the pages. So each day is numbered or dated. And last Thursday was the 12th. So this is where that assignment was. Oh, I didn't have a Kahoot. So this is where that assignment was. This is the video that I recorded just explaining the activity we just did. But like I said, you guys will have an assignment on Canvas. I'm gonna put it up. So by the end of the day, you can submit it for credit for today. You guys have any questions, comments, or concerns? I think everybody finished their. So starting next week, I'm going to be picking go-getters. The go-getter is going to receive well, everybody will be virtual. You guys will receive a virtual Falcon book, and I'm going to be picking students who are excelling in certain areas. So for the first go-getter, I'm going to do who had the highest growth in the reading inventory. So it's going to be both of my 7th grade. I'm going to do all grades, but it's going to be both 7th grade classes. So if you are one of the go-getters, you will receive a virtual Falcon book, and I might do another prize. It just depends on what I can do virtually. It's kind of hard. So just be looking forward to that starting next week. Well, not next week because we have Thanksgiving break. So the week after that, when you guys come back, we'll start doing go-getters. I'll do a go-getter each week. You don't have to share it. I need you to submit it on Canvas. So I haven't put the assignment up just yet. So I will send you guys a message like, hey, the assignment is up for the Nouns and Verbs Google Slides. Go ahead and submit it so you can receive credit. Okay? Is everybody good with that? Oh, yeah, you did have a problem. So, yeah, Renaja, you will be the only one that needs to share. Everybody else needs to submit it. All right? That's all I have. Just remember on Wednesday, you're going to check Canvas for your assignments. Please get on student application. That is one of the main things that you guys need to do. So if anything, please do that. And that's all I have for you guys.